song goes out to Kim, who took my heart.
He threw it in a bloody blender.
Welcome, everybody, to the Movie Talk episode.
How you doing?
Woo, we got a couple of music-filled movies today.
Yeah, one's a musical, one not.
One's music-related.
I figured that out.
Yeah. Kevin and Mike Talk Movies is back to talk about Rockstar and Across the Universe. Do you know these movies? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let us know.
Yeah, musicals are tough.
Send us an email, a strongly worded letter.
Put some time into it.
Do it longhand and mail in a
fold it up.
P.O. box.
On some yellow pad.
Legal note. Yeah. So, fucking A. We're going to talk about a couple other movies we watched first and then, get into the movies. But now let's, snap the clapper and do the snapshot. Whoa! It's hard to clap with one.
But you did
one
it.
Finger.
You're fucking talented. That's what I like about you, Kevin.
I pulled it off.
You pulled it off, man. They said you couldn't do it, and you did.
Yep. I said I could. I knew I would.
And you did.
And then I didn't. So, all right. God, it's good to be here. Talking movies with you, Mike. Good times.
I like talking movies with you too, man.
Ooh, boy.
Man.
What's his name died? Khan.
James Caan.
It was Khan's.
Yeah, I saw that. He was
Godfather.
He was in The Godfather. Part of the worst fight scene, I think, in the history of movies.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe he was just trying to be nice, but he's supposed to be this big mob guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a fighter, right? But clearly they're like, hey, maybe we should, like, when they're rehearsing it the one day and they see him throw the punches, and they didn't think, like, maybe we should get this guy a couple classes.
Yeah, he just, like, swings at the air and the guy reacts.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Like, that guy, he kicked his own ass.
I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?
They're like, he got hired for the next job. He's like, did you see how well that guy got his ass kicked?
That's a good movie, Liar Liar, man. Maybe pick that one of these
Claw.
days. The Claw is gonna get you.
I always noticed, like, his secretary, she's in Miss Doubtfire.
Oh, yeah.
She was like the courts lady in Miss Doubtfire.
Right.
That's when he's like, she goes to his apartment, and he puts the fucking, like, the pie in his face and shit, or whatever that is, the cake. Yeah.
Good times. Did you watch any other movies the past couple of weeks?
I feel like I did, but
you didn't.
I didn't write them down, man. The worst.
You got a jot. You didn't go to the movies or nothing? Did you watch the Jurassic Park yet?
No.
I've heard bad things.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've heard it wasn't great.
I might go try and see Thor this weekend. That might be fun.
There's a new Thor?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Do they crank these movies out every 2 years?
I
you know this.
Right?
It's got to run out of steam sometime.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like it will. They can't sustain it.
They're on a roll, though.
Can't sustain it. They will fall and then rise again, dude. That's how it goes. That's the circle.
I guess so. Anyways, I watched. Have you ever seen the Toxic Avenger?
I've heard of it.
It's fucking wild, dude. I used to watch the cartoon back when I was a kid, the Toxic Crusaders. And then, so I figured I'd watch the movie because I'd never seen it. And it's fucking wild, dude. It's like over the top. It's like a gruesome, like gruesome death scenes and
when he was like in high school,
yeah, but it's very
he was getting
silly.
bullied and shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then
It's
I forget it.
It's super silly. It's ridiculous, graphic, and cheesy. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard it referenced.
If you're
a
in
lot.
the mood for something like that, it's kind of fun.
Did you ever see Peter Jackson's movie? It was called like Dead Alive, I think.
Nuh-uh.
Something like I think that's what it was called. Where it's like this monkey bit this person and it was turning everybody into zombies in New Zealand, and it's super over the top and crazy.
I think I've heard it referenced.
There's like a fucking kung fu minister guy, like a reverend who knows kung fu, and he's like beating the shit out of stuff. It's really low budget. Same guy who did, Lord of the Rings did that shit.
Oh.
When he was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, he made
That's
that.
Fun.
Yeah, and as crazy as this guy has, like, at the end of it, this dude's got like a lawnmower, I think it was, and he was just mowing down zombies with a lawnmower. I might be having that movie confused with something else.
Mowing everybody down.
It was fun.
Yeah. It's fun to just watch some, ridiculous, gory shit. Sometimes, like people's heads getting squashed and, all kinds of fun stuff. Anyways, another one I watched was Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
Is that any good? I think you talked about it with Keith.
Yeah. If you heard that episode, I did mention it. It's like, God, I mean, I love Mike Judge, but it wasn't super great. I mean, there was some funny parts, I guess, some funny shit, but I don't know. I don't know how to assess it.
I have to get around to watching that.
You fuck with Paramount?
I think I have one.
Because I did the free trial, and after 7 days, I went to go cancel, and they were like, "No, please stay with us. We'll give you a free month." I was like, "Okay, I'll just cancel it in a month."
Or they ask you again, you just get like a whole year's worth of fucking Paramount Plus.
That'd be dope
for free.
So yeah, if you guys, want to go get a month and a week free Paramount.
What if they don't? What if they don't beg other people to stay though? They're like, okay, sorry to see you go, but you're coming in.
But there's some gripes about it. Like the app on the PS4 doesn't work very well. It's not great. It takes forever to load, and the scroll thing sucks. And and I was watching one of these other movies, Annihilation. I know you said you have that.
I do have it. It's sitting on my DVD little shelf right now.
It was freaking pretty great, dude. I gotta say, man, it was. What did I write here? It's a very original concept. I was pretty hooked, man. It was tight. It was trippy.
That's cool. Yeah, Oscar Isaac and Natalie Portman.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they were good. And it was visually striking.
Yeah. It was the Ex Machina. I don't know how to say.
Hakuna Matata.
Machina.
Machina. That's how I say it.
Aku Ex Machina.
Yeah, but yeah, I say go ahead and watch that one, dude, because it was pretty fucking interesting and weird and fun.
Noise. Okay.
I was gonna choose either that or Interstellar. I ended up choosing Annihilation to watch.
I've seen Interstellar. That movie's good.
You guys recommended it. But
it's a good movie.
It's kind of long, isn't it? It's like,
yeah.
I think that's why I chose the other one.
It's about the same length as fucking across the universe. Yeah, probably.
It was like 2 hours, wasn't it?
It's like 2.5.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that long?
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. Couple more. I watched White Man Can't Jump.
Classic. Woody Harrelson.
That was my first time watching it, dude.
I forget her name, but she's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
She was in Pineapple Express and all kinds of other things
or
too.
She's not back. She's like Puerto Rican or something like that.
Yeah. She's on Jeopardy and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty great, dude. I like her.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie was fun. It was like, it seemed very 80s, just like the whole aesthetic. Everybody's, attire and shit. It was fun though.
Good movie.
I enjoyed the heck out of that. And then I watched this one. If you heard the last episode, you heard me talk about it. Funny Games. which was like, it was in German or like German/French or something like that, and it was like a thriller, psychological thriller type thing.
Do you have to read it?
Yeah, I had to read the whole movie.
You've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, a couple times.
I guess reading things not so bad.
It's like I feel like I don't get the full experience when I'm reading it, but I don't know, it's worth watching. There is a U.S. version, but I don't know where it's streaming or anything. But apparently it was filmed like scene for scene, you know what I mean, like exactly or whatever. So yeah, those are the movies I watched.
I don't think I watched any movies.
Yeah, because of that Stranger Things, man. It
took up all your time, watching
right?
A few movies. Yeah.
It's like watching, almost 3 movies, just them 2 episodes.
I feel like I started watching something on Netflix, but I can't fucking remember what it was. That wasn't Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm. Netflix. Bill Burr's gonna have a new special coming soon.
Oh, at Red Rock?
Yep. That should be fun. I think Chappelle's got something else coming out, too. Anyways,
well,
let's get into these movies.
Just dive in.
That's the transition music to the next segment.
Flexing the budget muscles over here. Fucking.
Yeah.
Like, how much did that cost to get? Like,
then we're gonna have sound effects. Boing, boing, boing.
I do like the portable version. We get the audience clapping and all that shit.
Oh yeah, no, that maybe we'll just use that one of these days, just for fun. Which one you want to get into first, there, buddy, old pal? Hey, Harry, old buddy, old pal.
It makes no difference to me.
All right. Across the universe.
We can go across it. Sure.
We're gonna cross that universe.
Across the universe.
This was your first time watching, right?
Yes.
What do you think?
It was interesting. I'm not a big musical fan.
Right.
But I forgot you had told me it was like a Beatles thing.
Yeah, I mentioned that like a while back. I didn't tell you on the last
okay.
episode, so it would be a surprise.
Okay, it was, because like it took me like by the second song, I was like, something's going on here. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So then, finally, I realized it at the end of the movie. It was a Beatles. I was so surprised they just kept doing song after song after song. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe how many Beatles songs and then then it clicked as soon as credits rolled. That's when it clicked for me. I was like, fucking hell, dude, all the songs was a Beatles fucking movie.
Yeah, it was 2 hours and 13 minutes, so yeah, kind of long.
Kind of a long flick. But not the biggest fan of musicals. I think the last one I'd seen before this was the Greatest Showman. With Hugh Jackman, where he's he was like the creator of the circus and shit. That movie sucked.
I never watched.
I saw that on a date.
Really?
Yeah, worst date ever.
I don't know what other musicals I know. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Grease.
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 I don't go around watching Grease though.
Real quick, that chick was like getting mad at me because I looked like I wasn't having a good time. But it's because I wasn't having a good time.
Because the movie
was terrible.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was just like...
I know, musicals are weird.
You do stupid shit.
Musicals with I'm sorry about that.
Just like musicals when they...
But it's like the choreography and all that.
Oh, the dancing and stuff. Yeah.
Like...
I mean, Grease was like the big one, I guess, growing up. I think that movie got popular again in the 90s, so I just caught it at the right time.
Right.
But, they always just start singing for no fucking reason in musicals.
Yeah, they just bust out in the song.
Yeah. Like making breakfast and shit.
Yeah. So this movie was released in September of 2007.
Yeah, it was newer than I thought. Older. Like, when you said it, I was like, man, will it come out in the last couple years? But it was 2007.
Yeah, it's 2007. think I first watched it probably like 7 or 8 years ago.
It's called a musical romantic drama.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that sums it up. Yeah. 34 songs by the Beatles in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Director Julie Taymor.
That's my Julie.
We got a 53% tomato meter, but 82 audience.
Take that, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes.
Eat a dick.
Nobody fucking likes Rotten Tomatoes.
I got a few taglines I found. All you need is love. Pretty basic. Within the lyrics of the world's most famous songs lives a story that has never been told until now.
Okay. All right.
And the last one was, they lived without rules, they loved without fear, but as the world changed, so did they.
It's a little long.
Yeah, it's a little much.
You got to fit it on the bottom of the poster with that
Right.
much space, and so that one was like.
Yeah, what are you writing, a novel?
When you're walking in the member, dude, I guess they still have them. You walking in the movie theater in the hallways, they got the posters of all the movies coming out and shit. Go check them out.
There's this new movie I want to go see. I think it's only showing one night in Carmel. But it's Louis C.K.'s new movie. It's called 4th of July. It's got a lot of comedians in it. Joe List is the lead actor. I don't know. It seems like
Joe List.
Good shit. It's like a dramedy, I think. I don't know. But I gotta catch it.
Right up your alley.
I've been looking for fucking tickets, and there says no show times yet. So I think this week it should be up there. I might call into work and just go watch this movie. Anyways,
I want to see Nope. Have you seen preview for that?
Yeah. Jordan
good.
Peele.
Yeah.
That's
we covered
coming out
his
soon,
Get Out
right?
movie before.
Is that coming out this week or?
A couple weeks, I think. Maybe next weekend or weekend after. Something like that. Let's see. Across the Universe had a budget of $70.8 million. Jack. And how much money do you think it made, Kevin?
Did it flop?
Yeah.
It flopped.
So did Rockstar though. Both these movies were flops.
Big old floppers
They
over
go
here.
not good. Both costed a lot of money. Costed? Is that costed? They costed a lot.
They costed a lot.
They costed a lot. They both cost, I think.
Yeah.
You got me fucking tricked up now. It's but it only made 29.
Okay.
29 versus 70.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you.
They had to know that this movie wasn't gonna, or I think they did. I think they thought it might make a fuckload of money because
People love the Beatles.
People love the Beatles. Not me at the time. I wouldn't have seen it.
Right. Me neither.
2007. I was full on.
I guess you kind of just know some of the songs just because they're out there everywhere. You know?
Didn't. Maybe knew
a couple.
Like a couple, but I was like all about Lamb of God, Metallica, and shit at the time. Disturbed, dude. We were just had some fucking good songs, dude. When you really stop to think about it, you're like,
right?
Oh shit, it's like part of my childhood.
Why has everybody got hate on Disturbed?
Yeah,
huh?
man, come on, come on.
Anyways, this movie is about what is he, British? Some British worker, Jude.
It's about love.
Who goes to America to find his father.
There is that.
And then but that's not even.
It's like love stories.
Right. He meets, this girl.
It was kind of, I was like, oh, that's cool. I thought the whole movie at first might be like color on top, black and white on the bottom.
Yeah.
At the beginning. Because the one girl's boyfriend goes off to war, and then he's like, I gotta go try and meet my dad. And then takes place in the 60s. So like all the Vietnam stuff was going on, and like the civil rights movement stuff was going on. A lot of shit going
hippies, hippies and shit.
Turned out to be. Well, they kind of became hippies a little bit.
Helter Skelter.
Let's
start off with that song.
I'm an artist.
All my loving as he's leaving Britain. Great Britain. Is it so great?
Was there another Britain?
Not so great Britain.
I was like, not great. It's just like, okay.
And then, yeah.
Mid Britain. It's just
average Britain.
Average, decent Britain. Like what?
Decent.
Was there like a Britain better than great?
So great.
You over here.
I'll have to see it for myself. I'll be the judge of that.
Yes, I live on the west side of tremendous Britain.
Outstanding Britain.
Outstanding. Anyways, you have Lucy, which is the name of
this guy with diamonds.
And then Jude.
Hey Jude.
He's the name. That's the guy. That's the girl. So you have
and
Lucy
then you got
and Jude.
Prudence.
And then you got other people.
Yep. Prudence, dear Prudence.
Her friend or her dude goes to Vietnam. He dies.
Yeah.
I don't think he's with Forrest Gump. That would have been fun.
Damn.
This guy got him a girl back home. She likes to sing the Beatles songs. I don't know. Was that like a half British Forrest at the end? Fuck.
Got Britain on the brain.
Yep.
So yeah, and there's a cheerleader who's like singing, "I wanna hold your hand."
Yeah,
that was a good version of it.
She was singing by the Bleachers. Yeah, we should add that it's like different versions of the songs.
Right.
It's not the Beatles recordings. It's
right. It's just it's their songs.
Their interpretations. They change them up and. People, like I said, are doing things. They're just doing, they're fucking football practice, and then they break into songs.
Incorporate the songs throughout in the movie.
But it's the Beatles.
All Beatles, and you didn't realize till then.
I mean, I didn't realize it till the next day at work.
Yeah,
I really thought about it. I'm just kidding. Of course, I noticed her.
So yeah, Jude gets to America and he does meet his father, and like he doesn't really want nothing to do with him, not really. But he was like, I came so we both know that the other one exists or something like that.
I think that was the line.
Yeah,
the line. Yep.
He makes friends with that dude Max, the other guy that looks like Kurt Cobain. And they do that with a little help from my friends, and they're all just getting drunk and shit on campus, and all the guys are just running amok throughout the
He like
town.
passed him like the invisible joint, but then he like coughed out smoke.
Yeah. That was fun. Sliding down banisters and shit.
Yep.
And then
things you do in musicals, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. You have the choreography.
Yeah.
And you're just doing it up.
They're very busy.
And then, Max's sister is Lucy. So, yeah, and that's how they meet.
Yeah. And her dude went to war, and he dies at some point. Yeah, he dies. That's what gets her, like, so into the fucking protesting and shit, right?
And he was fucked up, huh? He got all fucked up.
And then the Max dude, he got drafted to the military, too.
Yeah, he's like, you could burn that paper, but you still got to show up.
Yeah.
The draft letter.
She got like super radicalized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, towards the end and shit. Yeah.
I kind of forget exactly how, but like all of a sudden there's a band. Like Max knows the fucking the woman.
They move to New York, and then they get a room at this place where that lady lives. They rent out one of her rooms, so that's how they all meet. And then the black dude comes into the pictures at some point. I forget. Oh, she has auditions, right?
His name's JoJo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like a Jimi
Yeah, I was
Hendrix.
gonna say he kind of looks like Jimi Hendrix and fucking shreds and stuff.
Yeah, and then the Asian chick Prudence comes in through the window. There's a lot of stuff going on. Lots of different like storylines, I guess. Kind of.
The main one is still Jude and Lucy, though. I feel like, but
Yeah, and he's like an artist too. He draws and shit. He does the strawberries, strawberry fields forever.
before that, he was trying to draw an apple or some shit.
Yeah.
He like was not having a good time
Yeah.
while doing it. And then he came in with the TV. He's like, "What the fuck you doing with that?" He's like, "This is not a living room. This is where I work."
Right.
And storms off, and then that's when he does the accidental. He kind of like does the strawberry thing by accident.
Strawberry fields forever. Meow, 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 meow. What else happens? I want you. That's whenever he's getting drafted, and it's like a big old. There's the weird army looking guys.
There was a lot of trippy shit
Yeah.
going on. There was like the one scene where like the people like standing in the water. They were like kind of like all like skin tight shit, and they had when they were laying in the water and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
I know this movie's kind of weird to explain.
It's a musical with the Beatles and a love story.
Love story tied in.
Other things happen.
Yeah, you got the band, and they have like on-stage beef and shit. Whenever
Yeah,
the guitarist and the singer, the lady,
yeah, that kind of
because they were kind of banging and shit.
yeah, they were together, and then she fucking starts fucking with his shit,
Yeah,
and then she unplugs his
yeah, because he's
guitar.
kind of like
Yeah, he's trying to fucking.
he's trying to shred but
it
like
up.
during her vocals and shit, or like in between.
Yeah,
And she's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
they had a big fight and this, and then. Yeah, but it kind of reminded me too of fucking the other movie Rockstar, because they were getting in a fight on stage, singer and the guitar player.
Right. There's an on-stage beef in that movie too. And then like whenever that was her name, Sadie, trying to get the band signed and shit, and they go to that weird party, and it's Bono is the fucking I Am the Walrus song and shit.
I was gonna say that looked like Bono.
Yeah, it was Bono. Old Bono.
There's probably
Boner.
some more people in this movie.
Yeah.
Just didn't notice.
People of note. Let me see. I got the cast right here. Dear Bono.
I guess they
Selma Hayek? I don't remember Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek.
may have been in there for a second.
Eddie Izzard was in there. He's a comedian. Or she. Actually, she goes by she now.
They screened it for Paul McCartney, and he liked it.
Oh, yeah?
He was like, "Yeah, you know, I like a movie about old me songs." You know,
pretty good.
basically, he's like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, what if he said the movie sucked?" But you know what I mean? It's like all his fucking. It's like, dude, that's all your music. It's all the Beatles.
I am the Eggman. You are the Walrus. Goo goo gajoob.
They do a lot of Beatles.
Yeah. Oh, that's what Eddie Izzard was. He was like the weird carnival guy in that whole scene. I don't know if you remember that.
Well, I know that the soldier. I know in the scene when he gets drafted, they got the people when he's tripping out. They all have like the same plastic looking face.
Right.
They look like all the soldiers look the same and
army
shit.
men.
Yeah. It's all kinds of shit.
Oh, darling. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And then, yeah, I just remember the end. I don't know. It was a lot of they got in the arguments and shit, and he went to the place where they were all hanging out, like, I'm sorry, Lucy and Jude were together, and he's like, I'm an artist and this, and he's like, I thought you liked that, and she's like, well, I fucking don't, basically. And they were having a fight.
Right.
And he storms over to the little group she's got with Paco, the little group. And he comes in and he fucking starts fucking up their shit. Gets thrown out, kind of like Forrest Gump when he, fucks up the Black Panther party. Gets thrown out. But it's with singing.
Right.
And it's a Beatles song,
Right.
It's kind of like that.
I like the While My Guitar Gently Weeps scene, too, or that whole part.
I love that song.
It's a great song. And it's the dude, Jimi Hendrix dude, JoJo.
Yeah, that was cool.
Doing it. Both of their relationships are rocky on the rocks.
Yeah, him and Sadie's, and then Jude's and Lucy's.
Yeah, at the same time. Protesting. Oh yeah, and Jude's dad, after he gets thrown in jail, Jude's dad comes back and
oh yeah, gets him out. He was the last one in jail. He got put in with a large group. Mm-hmm. And his dad's like, I'm not here because I love you. He's like, but it's like, I'm your guardian or whatever. He's not there out of the goodness of his heart, or is he?
Mm-hmm. I think he got him off the hook because he told him he was his son or something like that.
They're going to deport him.
Because he was in the army and shit. He must have some connections or something.
Right. Back when they were like, people were like, okay, you served. We'll fucking bend the rules for you.
Boy, howdy.
Shit, I'll take one.
Excuse us while we grab a beer.
Steal my guitar.
Great song.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Yeah, and then he gets, that's what he gets deported after that, and he goes back and then sees his ex-girlfriend and all that.
She's hooked up and pregnant with the guy. He was like, oh, you'll be with that guy in like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, when'd you get with him? He's like, 2 weeks after you start writing. He's like, called it.
That's how it works.
Called it.
Boom, boom, boom.
But he goes back, at the end, or she comes there because they're having the concert on the roof like the Beatles had.
Right. There was like more protests or something, and Jude sees it in the paper that some protesters have died or something.
Yeah, because they're building bombs, and they blew themselves up.
That's why he wanted to go back to America, and they do like, "Hey Jude, don't bring it down."
They were like, Jude can be a man's name or a woman's name.
Judy, Judy, Judy. Big booty Judy.
Shout out. Shout out.
Big booty Judy with the attitude. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. They get back. All you need is love. They love each other. The rooftop, the thing you said, that's basically the end. So
I just thought they were just calling back to the Beatles' last performance they did.
Yeah.
When they filmed that video for, I think it was like Let It Be, right? Where they're on the roof.
I don't know.
But it was like they actually went on the roof and were playing, because they stopped playing shows after a little while because people were so crazy.
Yeah.
Because
Beatlemania.
Yeah, it was insane. So they couldn't play live anywhere.
I think of the Rain Dance Maggie song by the Chili Peppers. They're up on a roof doing it.
A roof's a good spot.
In like
shoot a
Venice,
video, apparently.
I think. Venice Beach. Yeah, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and then the credits roll, and that's that movie. What do you think? What do you think about it? Did you enjoy it?
I'd give it a 6.
It's a 6. All right, that's not too shabby.
It's not really my cup of tea too much, but right. I mean, if it wasn't the Beatles songs, I would have
turned it off.
I don't know if I would have made it. They're like,
what the fuck is
hey,
this?
Can you get the orange juice out of the fridge? I will get the orange juice for you. They just...
I don't think we have, but we haven't done a musical, have we? No.
I don't think so. No,
Unless
pretty
you count-
sure we haven't.
Unless you count the Blues Brothers or something.
I guess that's kind of technically a musical, yeah, because they start singing and shit for no reason on that. Not as much musical per minute, but yeah. No, Blues Brothers, I feel like, yeah, that's...
Is it considered?
I would say so, yeah, because they just go into the diner in one scene, and the guy's like, hey, I'm going to leave, and Aretha Franklin, she's like, you better think.
Right.
What you trying to do to me? You better think. Like, they just start singing for no reason. That's how I classify musicals.
Yeah, when
and
they
like,
just
they
cut
start
to song.
singing about shit randomly. Like, yep, all right, that's a musical.
Yeah, it does say musical comedy on here for Blues Brothers. Yeah, I'm about...
Tenacious D, Pick a Destiny, that's a musical.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say, that one. Only maybe because there's so much
You know what else is...
nostalgia fucking pumped into it, but...
Isn't Bigger, Longer, Uncut?
South Park's a musical. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'm at about a 7.5 maybe. I don't know. In that range. I enjoyed it. I liked it. This is probably maybe the third or fourth time I've seen it.
Yeah, I never would have watched it.
Not too bad.
So, it wasn't bad. No. It's one of those movies where I probably never would have fucking pressed play on that.
Would you throw that on if you were tripping?
Theoretically, because we don't do that kind of stuff.
That'd be a
never
weird one.
done that stuff before, but
I was
don't
thinking
know what
about
you're
that
talking
with
about,
that
but
Annihilation movie, but even though there are some like scary-ish parts, you know, other than that, like it would be a trippy one to watch.
If we ever did shit like that.
Yeah, but we don't condone that type of behavior.
Don't do that stuff. Yeah, that would be, yeah. I would enjoy it more for sure, definitely. Maybe.
You gotta watch that Annihilation, man. I want to hear what you think about it.
All right. I will watch it soon.
You've owned it.
I've owned it since 2020. I went right when the pandemic first started. Thought everybody was going to get laid off of work and shit. And so I was like, well, if I'm going to be at home, I'm going to go to Disc Replay and buy up a bunch of shit just to have some shit to watch.
Yep. It's on Paramount
if
you got that. But,
Paramount.
All right, well, let's jump right into the next movie then. A movie that we both know and love and has been in our lives for a long time. Like Twister, kind of.
Longer than most friendships it's been here for.
It's been there for me. We're talking about a movie called Rockstar, starring Mark Wahlberg.
Not saying it's a great movie.
Not Mark Wahlberger.
Not saying it's a great movie at
Jennifer
all. I'm just
Aniston.
saying I enjoy it.
I know.
I'm sure it's
gone downhill in my
probably,
book.
Yeah.
I'll just say that right now.
But it still was like, okay,
It's fun. It's like, well, I'll get to that later when we rate it.
I mean, yeah. I still like some of the songs.
Right.
We all die young song.
And
fucking.
Yeah, we all die young.
That song.
That's the one we did last time we did a movie podcast. You were like, maybe this will
jog your memory. Maybe this will ring a bell.
With my home.
Just go down,
Let the river flow.
Like, sing it right, mate.
He's
like, I thought I was singing it right.
Whoa, coming way down deep. I'm on fire.
He's like, you fucking playing, mate. You sing it right. Sing it how it's written.
He's like, what the hell is he doing?
Sing it how it's written. Yeah. It's got some quotable shit, but it's like not anything. Some of the stuff's quotable, but it's not.
It makes my stomach tear.
It is what it is.
Tears my skin from bone.
You're not nailing the squeal.
Yeah.
There is things that are like playing in bands and stuff that's kind of funny because you can relate to a little bit of the stuff. But
But yeah,
nailing the squeal.
it's a 2001.
This movie came out the week before September 11th. Is it weird that sometimes I see shit, like when I see like something come out, I'm like, oh shit, that was like such and such time before September 11th.
Maybe that's why it tanked.
People weren't. People had more shit going on than fucking Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
than long-haired Mark Wahlberg. They didn't fucking...
The country was united in the, you know...
They were united, but just not in going to see Rockstar. Was flopping.
It's not what we need, Mark Wahlberg trying to be a rock star.
No, even though apparently he grew out of some of his hair and he went real meth.
Is that his real hair?
It may have been. It said he grew out his hair. He went a little Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna grow the hair out. I'm gonna actually go to these heavy metal bars and watch heavy metal shows. I'm gonna do my research.
Right.
And so I guess he did that.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's not nearly Daniel Day-Lewis, but for him, I feel like that's for Mark Wahlberg.
You think he likes
He's really trying to get into
metal?
character. I don't know. Who knows? I guess
He's a short little guy, huh?
It was originally going to be Brad Pitt, but he dropped out. He dropped out of the movie.
That would have been interesting.
Over creative differences. Like, what's there to be fucking creative differences about? Who knows?
Creative differences?
One of the producers on the movie was fucking George Clooney.
Is that right?
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Oh, he's 5'8". He's like my size.
Mark Wahlberg? Yeah. Short. Tall personality, though. He carries himself like he's 6'3" or 4.
Yeah, sure. Director Stephen Herrick?
Stephen.
Stephen.
Okay. Yeah, it flopped pretty bad. It had a budget of 38 to 57 million. I don't know why there's such a big gap in that.
All right.
Like, they're like, well, we don't know if it cost 38 or 57.
You better bust out the receipts, dude.
Let's say it was 50. Let's say they spent $57 million on this movie. Where's all that money at? Were they like full on 80s?
It on pyrotechnics and
that or like Coke. You know what I mean? They went full 80s. Like, part of the budget was
they got legit Coke for the movie.
They just really spent like fucking a quarter of the budget on drugs. Who knows? Zach Wilde's fucking beer tab alone had to have been fucking massive back in the day.
It was wild.
Because he was drinking black. Yeah, there's a lot of famous musicians.
Zach Wilde's in the movie.
But real quick, $57 million budget. Only made $19 million.
Oh, bummer.
Jack. Yeah, only 19.
Bummer.
September 7th, dude, to then September 11th, like. So this movie opened. This movie opened on like a Friday or some shit, and then on Tuesday,
that's
like
bad
fucking
timing,
everything's
bro.
bad. Yeah, they're like, we really think we got a winner here. This Rockstar movie, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. And then they're like, no, fuck this movie.
Yeah. You got who else you got in there? Timothy, how do you say it?
Jennifer fucking Aniston, bro.
Yeah, Aniston,
Fuck.
of course.
God damn. Fuck everybody else, dude.
I know she's super cute in this
super
too.
Hot. Super hot in it.
She's looking banging.
She was, yeah, definitely looking good. Had what's his name? Timothy Olyphant?
Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Right.
He was in Gone in 60 Seconds.
What else is he? I'm trying to think. What
he was
else
on
is
an old
in.
TV show where he played like a Western sheriff. Justified, I think was the name of the show. And then he's been in some shit.
I know I've seen
He
him
was
around.
Hitman when they tried to make Hitman movies out of the video games. That was him.
I bet that one was a stinker, right?
Probably. We could look it up. It probably did bad. It did bad.
Those games weren't even that fun.
He recently was.
They were kind of
He was
fun.
in Star Wars on the Mandalorian show. Shout out. He was good in that. But yeah, Timothy Olyphant. You know, like in Lord of the Rings when they see the elephants, they look an Olyphant. You know what I mean? Same
and,
shit.
The Jason Fleming. I've seen that guy around too. He's the lead singer, Steel Dragon.
Okay. Only other guy I really know is fucking Peter Pettigrew's in this. I forget his real name, but he's like the manager guy. He befriends him. He's in the Harry Potter movies. One of the main bad characters. Yeah, he's the rat guy.
He looks like a rat, dude.
Peter Pettigrew. Yeah, like getting like cast for that film. You're like, look, you say, so let me get this straight. My character, he's a rat. He turns into a man from a rat. You saying I look like a rat? Like, that's pretty much why we casted you in this movie.
I think that about a lot.
Like, you just fit the part. Like, that's like their nice way of saying, like, you know what? He really fits the part.
You fit the bill.
Like, he is the character. And like, you
no
fucking
one else
call
can
me
do
a
it but
fucking
you.
rat? You call me rat guy?
He's the rat. He's the fucking rat.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes too in movies like Heavyweights. Like, okay, let's get fucking 10 fat kids that we got on the Disney payroll to be in this movie.
You kids all know you're fat, right? You want work?
Yeah, you want to be in a movie or not? Look, we're running out of Mighty Ducks movies, so you better jump on some fucking movies while you can.
You're sending me to fat camp?
Your time as a movie star is coming to an end.
Fun movie.
Heavyweights?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So good.
I was always stoked when that movie came on TV. My favorite part was like the go-kart race at the end. When I was a kid, I wanted a go-kart so fucking bad. And they yeah, dude, I just fucking wanted a go-kart. Like, you wouldn't believe how much I wanted a fucking go-kart, bro. And at the end, there's that go-kart race between the two. This is how much I remember it, dude, because I'd be like, man, they make them look so cool, you know?
Right.
It's like they're making go-karts look so fucking cool in this movie. Fuck.
And obviously you got the fucking, what's his face? Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
God, he's amazing in this
But they're
movie.
not in this movie, though. They're not in the movie we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
That was Heavyweights.
Heavyweights.
Yeah, check that out.
God damn, he's so fucking crazy.
I think my headcanon is that him and dude from Dodgeball, same guy.
Which guy?
White Goodman? The Dodgeball character. Ben Stiller's in Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the same guy as the dude in Heavyweights.
Right.
Like same. They're very similar.
I think I've seen something, like maybe it's like a clip from a podcast where someone like tied the two movies together in some sort of, big picture thing.
I'm sure we could, yeah. Check out TikTok. They be doing that shit.
Anyways, we got a 53% tomato meter and a 59 audience.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, darn.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
If you don't like rock music or anything like that, like, you might not even enjoy any of it at all, especially if you don't like Mark fucking Wahlberg.
Well, I feel like the target audience was, us in that time.
Yeah.
It was like young metalheads.
People, yeah.
That, just dream of being a rock star and shit. So in this movie kind of...
I know, but poor Mark, he was like, dude, there's a lot of Oscar talk around this movie. Like,
Oscar. For this movie?
He's like, yeah, dude, they fucking heard about how I got into character for this.
Buzz.
There's a lot of buzz around it. Yeah. Yeah.
I got a tagline. The story of a wannabe who got to be.
Yeah. What's it say?
That's fitting.
I want to read what it says on the back of the DVD box. This is the Jeffrey Lyons, WNBC TV, New York. Unbelievably exciting. It thunders across the screen. That's a good review.
It thunders across the screen.
By day, Chris Cole repairs photocopiers. By night, he takes the stage as a frontman for a tribute band emulating Steel Dragon.
I'm in a band.
The world's hottest heavy metal band. This really does sum up the whole fucking movie when you're reading the back of it.
Yeah, we could just read the backs of DVDs and
we should start fucking
be done with this episode.
This podcast will be like 10 minutes long. This has been your movie podcast break. You listen to us specifically when you go to take that 15 to 20 minute dump break at work.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Suddenly, opportunity rocks. It doesn't say opportunity knocks. It says opportunity rocks.
Opportunity does rock.
Dude, it says opportunity rocks. Chris is tapped to become Steel Dragon's new lead singer. Just like that. He goes from small town nobody to megastar. Just like that, he and his manager / girlfriend Emily enter a world crazier than either imagined. Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston headlined. Hey, dude, you know what? The guy who directed this, Stephen Herrick, some credits they put in there. He directed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, he must be a metalhead.
He must be a metalhead. And he also did, okay, they didn't list any other ones that he did, but yeah.
Here, I'll figure it out right now.
A Warner Brothers production. Rockstar.
He did Critters, Man of the House, Mr. Holland's Opus. I love that movie. You know that one?
No.
It's got Richard Dreyfuss.
I know Julia
Louis Dreyfus.
Yeah. Are they? They have to be related.
They're not. Remember, we went over this.
Fuck.
Remember, what was the movie? Oh, Jaws. He was in Jaws.
Oh.
When we talked about that.
Oh, he's the main guy in Jaws. One of the main characters.
Right.
Dude with the glasses.
But yeah, Mr. Holland's Opus is tight. He's like a music teacher, and his son's deaf. It's pretty good.
Okay. It's okay. Okay.
Oh, he did Mighty Ducks too.
He directed the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Interesting. We just mentioned that movie.
That is weird.
But yeah,
he got to direct Emilio.
I was like, Emilio!
The Mighty Ducks, man. I swear to God.
He did. I saw him.
Yeah, so you got Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, there's a tribute band, and there is, I've talked about this before to some people, there's a difference between a tribute band and a cover band. And clearly Mark Wahlberg's character, Chris, feels the same fucking way. Because he's like, we're a tribute band. He's like, we're just
a cover band.
Yeah, his guitar player, he's like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life playing in a cover band. He's like,
right.
We're a tribute band. There is like, at the beginning, they're him and his group are going to see Steel Dragon.
Right.
He's all dressed up. He's emulating. He's cosplaying, basically.
Well, actually, like the first scene is the not nailing the squeal scene, which I didn't realize that.
Was it?
Yeah. They kind of zoom into their band practice.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't think that would be the first.
I thought them going to the show. I thought. Yeah.
Well, it does like it kicks in. It does like a little intro, I think,
yeah.
And then it kicks into him getting ready and shit.
But there is
he lives with his mom.
There is that thing in like real band practices, like when you might be having a bad day and like you're not playing that well, or somebody's taking it way too fucking far, like Mark Wahlberg's character is in this movie.
You're saying you're not the Wahlberg in that scenario.
No, but like people who've been in bands can relate to like a little bit, yeah.
That type of dude.
Like you're not fucking nailing the squeal, and he's like, dude, I'm fucking.
It sounds.
Timothy Oliphant. He's like, I'm fucking playing
He's like, you're taking this shit too seriously, man.
He's like, you're going mental, man. He says some shit like that to him. He's like, you need to fucking chill out, dude.
Right. I think that was a little later, but yeah.
Because he's like, gives him shit about not hitting the squeal, and he's like, I'm playing it. And then he goes and grabs a little tape player, rewinds the tape. He knows exactly where, because he's such a fan. He's listened to it a million times. So he rewinds it, I hear it like this. And then he does the squeal. He does do a good job of making it look like he might be doing a squeal.
Right.
Even though...
I thought that too.
Do you ever watch the actors play the instruments in movies when they play them? Because if you do, it just pisses you off.
You're like...
What the fuck are they fucking doing?
That is not how a guitar works.
That's not how it goes. That's not what happens. So you can't like watch too closely.
Yeah, you gotta suspend disbelief or whatever.
Not when Zach Wilde and them are on screen. But In other movies, you see people playing guitar. Not Michael J. Fox, because he did that. He played
Oh, yeah.
the real guitar in Back to the Future. But in a
Maybe
lot
like
of shit,
those
you see,
movies.
like, actors playing in bands and shit, and the song you hear is doing something, and they're, like, off doing whatever the fuck they're fucking doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, get the fuck out of here, man. That's my rant.
But, yeah. He lives with his mom. He puts on her makeup. He's in a tribute band, and he's going to see Steel Dragon. And, like, it's just, it's kind of so cheesy and, like, a little cringy how they act and shit. You know what I mean? Just trying to be super metal and shit.
It was the 80s, though. Everybody looked like that.
But just seeing it on screen, you're like, you look
I could relate to
douchey.
I could relate to them being in the car.
And
like
just
the shitty car
out.
and jamming out.
And they pull up next to the like
the
factory
old,
worker guys.
He throws them the fucking horns.
And he's like,
and they drive away.
that type of shit.
Yeah, I could relate to that. And then they go see Steel Dragon.
Yeah, and there's no security. There's no barrier. They're just right up on the stage.
They're right
dude.
there. Yeah,
right up front in the stage.
Mark Wahlberg sings loud so the other guy can fucking hear him. The dude on stage hears him.
The lead singer notices him because he's like screaming extra loud.
My favorite
song.
My favorite scene.
Put it through a bloody blender.
Yeah, this next song goes out to Kim. He's like, that's right. Yeah,
Kim was a guy.
My favorite part about maybe one of my favorite scenes at the beginning of the movie is when they're in the parking lot, and it's like the two tribute bands.
Right.
They all start fighting each other, but they're all wearing the same clothes, and the guy's like, "Watch my cape."
That one guy.
Watch my cape. Watch my cape.
Yeah. Yeah. Let go of my cape.
Like,
dude.
let go of my cape.
Let go of my cape. That one guy is from Third Eye Blind, the other tribute lead singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I looked at the extra scenes or like the extras on here.
Bonus features.
Watched a little bit of it.
I used to watch those all. That was like half the reason to buy a DVD for me. That back in the day, I was like, does it have bonus features? I want to see how this shit was made.
Yeah, dude. The inside scoop.
Be like watching the fucking bonus features for Lord of the Rings for like 6 fucking hours.
Oh, and he said fag.
It was 2001.
Yeah, he said, look at this, the fag 5. Sorry, I said it twice. I'm sorry.
Is that what Mark Wahlberg says to him, or the other guy?
The other guy said it. It's a pretty funny line, though.
What's like really funny is like he burns him over the clothes he's wearing. It's like whole like outrageous thing.
Yeah, there's no way he was wearing this jacket with red lapels in 82 or whatever. I don't know.
No, he's like, this is legit. Look, my dad knows this person who's this guy's fucking guitar tech, all right? He fucking says it's legit. He starts picking on him about it. He's like, yeah, there's no way. He's like, what does he say? Who can remember when he wore red lapel or some shit? It was like the most nerd thing. It's like cosplay.
Nerding out.
It was like if some like nerds met at Comic-Con and they like hated each other or something like that, dude. And they were dressed as the same thing at Comic-Con.
Picking apart each other's, wardrobe or whatever.
They're like, please, Luke Skywalker didn't get that till
it is. It's that level
after Return of the Jedi.
Of fucking nerd.
Yeah, I'm a nerd, dude, but I would actually think it's funny to watch some nerds who are dressed as the same thing go at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even fight.
Right.
But it's like the crowd is there, so like when they're burning each other, like 70s style, like that 70s show style, like they're just roasting each other. All the other nerds like, oh. He's like, everybody knows that he didn't get this until episode 3. You know what I mean? Right. Everybody's like, dude,
we got you there.
Got him.
It's so silly.
That would be awesome.
Just so silly.
Yeah, and that's like kind of
what's going on here.
Yeah, like the whole band is dressed. They got 2 groups of people dressed as another band.
They're all fighting each other's
counterparts.
That's funny. Let go of my jacket.
I know, he's like, go of my cape.
Oh, yeah, cape.
You let go of my cape. I like that scene.
Yeah. And then it's like the next day whenever, the cops waking him up, but it's his brother,
Yeah.
And I like that guy too. He's from Wedding Singer.
Yeah, he's the asshole in Wedding Singer.
Julia Gulia. That's funny. Why is that funny? I don't know.
I love that movie.
Self-taught, no lessons. Thank you very much, Dad.
He's losing his mind. And I am reaping all the benefits. He's like, well, good luck finding somebody who can do moves like that.
Somebody sidebar. Kill me, please.
Wedding Singer sidebar.
Yeah, and then, the cop. And then it shows him like in choir where he's singing in the choir. And then
Jennifer Aniston's in the choir too.
He belts out a loud hallelujah at the end. Hallelujah!
Yeah, the guy they really got to sing, he's pretty good.
Really?
Like, I don't know who it was, but it's not Mark Wahlberg.
Right.
That's for fucking damn sure.
Right.
I was thinking about that while I was watching. I'm like, Jennifer Aniston is doing a good. She's kind of like laughing in that scene a little bit. It works for like the moment and the character. But what if she was really just laughing at Mark Wahlberg actually
trying to belt it out?
Because he had to at least do it,
right?
You know, on the day on
set.
Could
do it silently,
but it really wouldn't work the same.
Yeah, probably not.
They're like, just let it rip, Mark. We're gonna definitely cover this up in post production. Yeah. So just go ahead.
And then they just listen to it a bunch of times in the editing room, just laughing at him
and shit. Yes. He comes in, he's like, "Hey guys, how's the editing going?" And they're like, "Oh, it's going shit." They make a cut of it and send it to the whole office. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Everybody get that email?
Everybody get the email. Just poor little Mark Wahlberg. He's all short and self-conscious and stuff about it.
Get poor that short guy syndrome. What is it? Yeah. Napoleon?
He's just walking through the halls and he hears them going, "Hallelujah."
They play it over the intercom and shit. A bullhorn. Hallelujah.
Yeah, Rockstar was a hard experience for him.
He almost quit numerous times. Then
Brad Pitt did quit.
The tribute band plays their own show, which actually looked pretty damn cool. Like, it was a good crowd, and the stage was cool and everything.
Really they had a nice setup at some like plant
factory
setting.
Shit.
He's like, "Thanks for the hard hats for letting us set up here." And then there's just like a bunch of dudes in literal hard hats.
Maybe it was the same guy that gave him the thing earlier, dude.
Hey, tying it together.
Right? Could have been.
That could have been it. That could have been for sure. And then, he's the dude, Timothy Oliphant, his character. He's trying to have a little fun. Mm-hmm. Improvise a little bit.
That's the on-stage beef part.
Yeah, he's just trying to have a little fun.
Yeah, he's improvising.
Mark Wahlberg comes over and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Playing the song." He's like, "No, you're not."
He's like, "There's no solo break after the first verse," or whatever.
Yeah. And like Timothy, he's like, "What the fuck is your problem, dude?" He's like, "Nobody cares." And he goes back to like rocking out. He's like, "Play the song right." He's like, "I know the fucking song."
He's like, You're not gonna ruin this for me.
You need to chill the fuck out. And then
you've ruined your performance. Do not ruin mine.
Yeah. He storms off.
Yeah, he unplugs his amp first, and then he plugs it back in and starts playing with the beer bottle on the guitar.
I remember that was like the first time I seen that shit.
Right,
somebody was like using a beer bottle. Yeah.
And then he goes
thinking that was cool back in the day.
Grabs his mic stand and smashes his amp.
And then he channeled the musicians. His expression when his amp gets fucking destroyed, he like looks at his amp and then like back at him like, "Dude, that's my fucking amp, bro."
For real, right? That's
my fucking amp. And it was like
just fucking crack his amp like that.
Yeah. Like Mark Wahlberg deserved to get beat up.
Yeah, and then they just get into a brawl right there. He like tackles him and shit.
But Jennifer Aniston's like, "Oh, not again."
She's like, "Well, that's the show, everybody. Thanks for coming."
She says something about them like not again, so it insinuates that they fight all the time.
Right.
People in bands can probably relate to that. Sure. Sometimes you're not in a band with everybody you get along with all the time.
Of course.
You have fucking frictions and stuff.
There's a lot of that going on.
So some of the things
It's
I'm
like having 4 girlfriends, they say.
Yeah.
In a band.
You're not getting shit out of it. Like, no pussy involved.
Right. So yeah, and then he goes to band practice the next time, and they're jamming with the other dude, the fucking third eye blind dude, I guess.
And you're like, this guy, another relatable band thing in this one. He's like,
you see this PA?
Yeah, he's like, this guy brought this PA, and like, as a person who's been in bands, you're like, fucking nice. Like,
he brought this mixing board.
Yeah, like, this guy's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, that's the guy you want in your band.
He's like, he's got the equipment, but does he have the talent? No. Or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's like, he brought the equipment, but did you hear what kind of voice he brought?
Right, that's what it was.
And he's like, fuck you, cock smoker, or whatever the...
Cock smoker.
Or that may have been in the parking lot, but...
And then...
Anyway.
Yeah, he's like...
But dude, isn't that fucking...
This is my mic stand, I'm taking it. These are my cables. I'll get you guys some new cables.
Yeah, typical singer shit, like
drama.
Picking up your one thing, like you gotta bring your fucking microphone and storming out.
Yeah.
This is my mic stand, yeah. And my cables.
And then, yeah, I'll get you guys new cables.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like, that guy is he's the guy you want to have in the band. He's got his own shit.
Mr. Moneybags.
Bringing his own shit to the band. He's like, I came with a PA.
And then they stop Emily on her way out, and they're like, we talked about it. If you still want to manage our band.
Because that'll work.
She's like, all the talent that was in this band just left the room. She follows the talent. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
But it's funny later, whenever he gets the fucking job, and they're all... His old band is like watching the news conference on TV.
Right, he gets the call.
And he's like belts out that note.
Oh yeah, in the press conference.
And they show everybody in the old band. But when it gets to him, he smiles though, because he's like happy for him.
That's good. He's a good guy at heart.
He's happy for him. He's living the dream.
But yeah, he does get the call. He doesn't believe that it's the guitar player or whatever.
Yeah, he hangs up on him. I think so. Yeah. Hangs up on him a few times.
Right. Yeah, and then he asks him something that only he would know, and that he would know because he's such a nerd.
Such a nerd fan. But this is like loosely based off of like a Rolling Stone article, I think it was, that got written by this dude whose name was like Tim Ripper, quote unquote Ripper Owens, where he got to join Judas Priest after they kicked out Rob Halford, like in the early 90s, I want to say. And so this movie is loosely based upon Judas Priest and that whole thing. They took some of the older singer getting kicked out for a bunch of reasons, and one of them kind of being like him being gay and all that shit. And then they have the guy who was like a fan come in.
Homophobes.
Like the guy who was the fan and came in and took over for Judas Priest, like Mark Wahlberg's character.
Yeah. Halford was in a movie. Have you ever seen Spun?
Nope.
I think it was Spun.
Nope. Have you ever seen the movie?
He owned a sex store or something. He was just in a small part of it.
I've seen this old cheap horror movie called Trick or Treat from the 80s. It had Ozzy in it and Gene Simmons. Some other people.
Ozzy was in Little Nicky.
He's worth a watch, I guess.
So yeah. Old Chris Cole goes to L.A. He's not sure what's going on. They just kind of send him there, and
he's going to audition.
And then they're going to audition, and then there's band drama in Steel Dragon right there, where
Before that, the guy who's in the booth singing, doing the audition before he gets there, that's Michael Starr from Steel Panther.
Oh,
there's a little fun fact for you.
No idea.
Yeah,
never listened to them.
What?
Oh, that's that cheesy
the cheesy
comedy
80s band, comedy song
right.
band.
Yeah, I'm not.
They were pretty fun back in the day.
Not into it. But yeah, so the band has drama. He comes out as gay and shit.
Well, they already knew he was.
Well, they knew, but he didn't know.
But he didn't know.
Chris Cole.
And he's like, what, you think I got both my nipples pierced just for a laugh? And he's like, fuck, he pierced his nipples. He did all this shit. He was emulating his entire look and life off this guy. And it turns out he didn't know him at all. He's kind of like...
Kim was a guy.
He's like, what?
Kim was a guy?
So many revelations for him.
He takes off the hair. He's not even real hair. Yeah. And then he's like... He says something about Elvis, and he's like, well, Elvis was the king.
Is it?
And I'm just the queen.
I'm just the queen. He pulls the fucking thing up.
God
Yeah,
damn
Mark
it.
Wahlberg doesn't know what the fuck to think.
So then, yeah, they shove him in the booth, and they want to hear his voice.
He almost
And
blows it
Yeah, he's like, can I start that over? Run it back.
like 3 times.
Yeah. And then he finally,
Yep.
yeah, we've done that too many
Yeah,
times
too many
already.
times.
But yeah, he gives good performance in the booth. They like him. They really like
Yeah, they talk
see
about
that
it.
he really has it.
He's like, so you want the gig then?
Right.
He's like, yeah.
And then that's with. Oh, I wrote down. It's a good thing Zach Wilde usually has a beard because he's goofy as fuck.
He
looking.
does. He's like, you almost don't recognize him because
He's got that fucking cleft chin, and I don't know. He looks goofy. Keep the beard,
He's got like
Zach.
long hair, but like these bangs, like this, like where he's got like this, like the cut,
Yeah.
like around his head. It looks all weird as shit. It's like
It's
kind of 80s-ish, I
kind of
guess.
silly. By the way, do you know what his name is in this fucking movie?
Goad?
It's actually
Or is it
Chode.
Chode?
I
Goad
swear.
or Chode?
Because
Gooch?
I looked it up on Google and shit. Well, this was in the.
I thought in the movie he's like, hey, thanks, Goad, when he gives him a beer.
Does
or
he say
something.
that?
I think so.
Oh, dude.
He's like, I used to have these guys on my wall.
Damn it, now my computer's being weird.
Dude.
Anyways, I was watching the extras, and whenever it showed Zach Wilde, on the bottom of the screen, it said Zach Wilde and then Chode.
Chode, like CH.
Yeah, dude. And that's in the movie, so
Chode.
I don't know.
Chode and
But when I
Goad.
look it up on Google, it says Goad or whatever with the G.
Yeah,
what are you
Mark
gonna do?
Wahlberg joins the band, and then his life changes forever.
That's right. That's whenever, they see him on TV. They do the press conference, and he's like, how do you keep your voice so pristine?
He's like, oh, well, I go to church. I take voice lessons.
He eats a lot of pussy.
Yeah, the other guy comes in. He's like, he eats a lot of pussy.
Loads of it.
Oh, yeah, because at first he's trying to keep up like a British accent or something.
I know, which is very weird.
Because then later on, even when he's on stage, he's like, she put it through a bloody blender. But he's like, but seriously, I used to have these guys on my wall. He
Right,
goes
right.
back to his normal talking voice.
I thought that was a weird
Yeah.
choice. Like, did they want him to do an accent or something?
Yeah,
It
I
would
don't-
kind of seem insulting
But
if he just did it.
And not a good one. And
Right.
but then he doesn't do it through some of it either.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I don't know. I noticed that he's like he'll be talking in a British accent on stage, and then not right.
Yeah.
he is and then he's not.
It's not consistent.
And then they cut to
The eat a lot of pussy shit.
he's like
is
looking
fun.
in the mirror,
Yeah.
loads of it,
Yeah, he's just.
tons.
Or when they're walking out of the interview or something, Jennifer Aniston's like, I'm going to make an honest man out of you or
Oh,
whatever. So, yeah, he's.
I'm like, fuck yeah, Jennifer Aniston.
So he's just like, I eat lots of pussy, loads of it, tons of it, morning, noon, and night. That's all I do is eat pussy. And she's like, will you shut the
Yeah.
fuck up and come do it
For like
already?
2 minutes straight, it's just him going on about loads of it, tons, loads of it, mate.
I'll eat a little pussy.
And then she gets like Jennifer Aniston wouldn't have to tell anybody twice. I feel like.
Nah, hell no.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
And then it's his first big show with the band. Dun dun.
He's nervous and he falls down the stairs.
That's right.
In musical mode. See how I did that?
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
He busts his shit coming down from the stairs.
It's okay. He gets back up and gets cheered.
But it's all like, what's going to happen for
It's
a
very
moment, you know?
slow-mo. It's like, were you in fucking Rocky for a second? They
I
like
know.
slowed everything down. Like he got knocked down. And it's like, oh no. Is Mark Wahlberg gonna get back up again? I guess he better. And then he did.
He gets knocked down.
But he got up again. Can't keep Mark Wahlberg down.
That's right.
Fuck no. You can't keep a Wahlberg down.
Yes.
If we've learned anything.
The show was a success, even though he busted his shit and he was bleeding. His whole
Yeah.
face was bleeding.
It was fun. He had a good time. And then they start to go on. Well, they go to that show. And sometimes when I think of Stranglehold, I think of this movie. dun, dun.
Yeah, that's that whole scene.
That's a good scene. That's a good song. They chose a good song for that scene. Like, you know what I mean? It was a good. That was like a peanut butter and jelly fucking sandwich, dude. That song
PB
in
and
that
jizz.
scene. She puts like, I'm guessing it's like ecstasy or something.
Right.
She's giving some
That's what I
kind
was
of drugs.
thinking. It must have been like ecstasy or something. She slips it in his mouth, and they're all dancing. They're making out with random people, kind of, and just. I got you.
And then who knows what happened? They wake up like in different areas of a house. Everybody's naked.
Yeah.
Like shit went down.
Yeah, and then they meet up in their own room. And they're like, let's just not talk about it or whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah,
weird fucking.
But
he's like, I don't remember. She's like, neither do I.
But you can tell it's starting to be a little much for Jennifer Aniston. All the attention, fame, and everything.
Yeah, he had to do the shots out of the girl's titties and shit.
Yeah,
and
she's like, go ahead.
And then Wormtail comes over. Shout out to fucking Wormtail from fucking Harry Potter comes over. The rat guy comes over. He's like, you can have a good time too.
Yeah, it's
like,
allowed.
He's like, you want anything at all?
You just have to ask.
And then he's like, also, I may have killed Harry's parents by proxy. I kind of turned on him, and then Voldemort killed him, but that's for a later movie.
Harry, it's Mary.
Harry, it's Hermione. Fucking Wormtail. I like him in this movie though.
Yeah,
he's like not. He has that little scene with Mark Wahlberg
towards the end.
Yeah, middle or end or whatever. Mark Wahlberg's on tour. Jennifer Aniston has to ride in the limo with the other band's wives.
All the bimbos.
And she's not liking it. And everybody's having a good time but her. She says, I can't do this anymore. So they split up.
Yeah, she goes to Seattle.
Skedaddled.
Where she's going to open up a store or something.
With her friend.
Yeah.
She skedaddles to Seattle. And
I like that.
And then, so Mark Wahlberg buys a Batmobile, which, understand, if I came into stupid money, I'd buy some fucking themed fucking cars too. You bet your fucking ass I'd have a fucking DeLorean with all the specs and shit from Back to the Future in that motherfucker if I had money.
And that whole montage is where the clip I had wasn't really nothing.
Wild Side.
But it was it was just that they drove by the Comedy Store in that. And I was like, oh shit, there's the Comedy Store. Look at it. But my computer's on the fritz.
Both of them.
So it wasn't that big a deal anyways. They just ride by on motorcycles. I was like, the Comedy Store. I've been there.
They're racing cars. He's racing the Batmobile. He's having a fucking great time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's really having fun.
He's really living it up.
He's really living it up. Partying, playing shows. Playing shows.
Right.
Doing a lot of that.
And then he ends up in Seattle and doesn't even know it.
Doesn't even remember Jennifer Aniston's there.
He doesn't realize he's in Seattle because he's been partying so hard.
Yeah. He comes out of so Jennifer Aniston's like waiting in line with the rest of the groupies who are there.
Uh-huh.
And they're like asking her if she's a stripper. She's like, you got fantastic legs or whatever the fuck.
Right.
She's like, we dance over here where we wear G-strings. And the guys respect us so much more. Jennifer Aniston's like, yeah, I'm sure they do.
Sure. Of course.
And then she goes and sees Mark Wahlberg. He's coming out of a room. He kind of looks like he just got done getting his dick sucked or something when he walks out of that room.
A little bit.
He's like putting his pants back on. He's like, oh. And then he's like, oh, hey, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, and then there's the other bitch right behind him. All right, do you mind if I fuck him first? Because I got to get back to work. God damn, bro.
I was like, I felt bad for her.
Yeah,
Jennifer Aniston didn't deserve that.
I know. She's been nothing but great in this
to this
movie.
guy.
Yeah.
Nothing but fucking great to him. So that was that. And then he goes like full off the deep end.
Yeah.
He does the whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then another part of the shit I can relate to, he goes...
the recording session.
He goes to the recording studio and he wrote like his own. He wrote a bunch of material and did some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Artwork.
And when you're in a band, if you're in like any real functioning good band, like
you got the the two main writers.
You got like a couple people that contribute stuff, but like if you're in a good band, people will take your ideas and they won't
Mold it.
They won't fucking just do what happened to him in this movie, which he had done to Timothy Oliphant earlier.
Right.
He's like, hey, I wrote all this shit, and they didn't even bother listening to it or nothing.
They're like
the least you can do is listen to somebody's music idea, and then if you still don't like it, you're still like,
yeah,
I'm not really feeling it. Right? Maybe save that for later.
If it was anything like the shit he started singing in that scene, then I say no. Anyway. Yeah, when he starts kind of rapping.
I think he's just being a fucking... That was him getting back at him.
But yeah,
you're like, it's cool you spent all this time.
He's like, I'm glad you stayed busy.
working on your songs and your pictures, but the album's already been written. He's like, AC, and I wrote it. And he's like, I know.
We do all the writing.
He's like, I know you guys do most. He's like, we do all the writing. All of it. I'm like, whoa, fucking back up, Thundercat. Like, that's John Bonham's son, Jason Bonham.
Oh.
Drummer from Led Zeppelin. That was his son. There you go. On drums.
That's something.
On the drums. So he gets his feelings crushed.
Yeah, they don't want his ideas.
They don't even listen. The least you can do is listen.
Sure.
And then be like, I don't like it.
I know, he hands them all tapes and shit.
He like a brochure, like folders with like a book, like a booklet and shit. And they'd be like, oh, fuck, what the fuck's this?
Yeah.
He's like, that's cool. I'm glad you had fun, but we're throwing this in the trash.
And then he gets in the booth and they got a new song they're trying to record, and he comes out just trying to rap and shit.
The way he explains, he's like, Steel Dragon fans like Steel Dragon things, so we give them Steel Dragon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Basically, he's like, our fans like this.
They have expectations.
I'm like, okay, that sounds like fucking Slayer and AC/DC and some of those bands, you know, that they get their audience and they don't really vary too far. They're like, we fucking know.
Experiment.
Look, Slayer fans will get shitty if we fucking throw a ballad in here. We can't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking let Metallica do that.
We'll lose half our fan base.
Yeah, we'll lose half our fan base.
But yeah.
That's kind of what he says.
So he's like, sing it right, motherfucker. He's like, I thought I was.
He's sing it as it's written. Like, which is, I'm like, how would he know?
Yeah.
Unless they had like...
Unless they gave him a demo.
Like real notes or something, yeah, or some shit. Like, okay, man. And then he's all bummed out. He's hanging out with Peter Pettigrew at the bar. Fucking Wormtail and him are having fucking bees. They're getting drunk.
I had to take a piss.
He's like, oh, did you ever fall in love? He's like, as a matter of fact, for this part in the movie, when I have to give you a speech that'll make you rethink your situation and choices as the main character in the movie, yes, I have been through something, and let me tell you about it.
Yeah,
that's kind of what that scene was. He's like, we need an emotional scene where, really, through somebody else's experience, Chris Cole, Mark Wahlberg's character, can reflect and decide on his own, his own choices.
Are you doing Lorne Michaels?
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so he tells him the story about
he was married.
He was in
Peter Pettigrew was married.
Relationship, and one day he just went to go take a piss.
Yeah, he's even like, I had a great wife. He's like, I was married. She was great. She was awesome. We're hanging out at the park. We're having food. Everything's great. And then I went and took a piss. And then he's like, I was staring at the wall, as you do. What you do when you're pissing. I was staring at the wall. And I was like, it's 24 years old. I was like, is this my life now? Is this my life? I could get a job, raise a family. Is this my life? He's like, and I never walked back. He's like, I just kept on walking.
Yeah.
Didn't even call her. Did nothing. He just straight up left.
Take a piss. And then
that's when Mark Wahlberg, they do the shows. They do the Steel Panther. He's doing it some more.
Yeah, and then the thing happens that happened earlier in the movie where he's singing, and then there's a guy in a front row just singing.
Outguns him.
Belting it out.
Outsings him.
Right. And
that guy was Miles Kennedy. There you go.
That guy. I don't listen to any of his stuff, though.
He's in Alter Bridge with Mark Tremonti from Creed.
Yeah, Creed.
But it's called Alter Bridge.
Never listened to them.
Yeah, it's not the main bridge.
Oh, it's the alter.
It's the alternate bridge. like in Louisville, you don't go down that one bridge with the toll. You take the alternate bridge in, right?
Or maybe it's like a church altar that they put
over to make
over
a bridge.
creek. Yeah.
To make a bridge.
That sounds,
either one could work.
sounds right.
That does sound right.
And then so he pulls the guy up on stage. He's like, "Here, have a mic. You know the songs, right?" He's like, "Yeah, you're my hero.
They call me Thor. Got a thunder." He's like, "Yeah, that's cool, man. Look, you want to go finish this show or not?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
And then he goes to take a piss.
Yep, he sees Wormtail down there, and he's like, "What happened to you? Everything all right?" He's like, he looks at him. Mark Wahlberg smiles at him and shit. He's like, "I gotta go take a piss."
Which means he's
I'm
leaving them behind.
Because of that very important scene you had 15 minutes before that.
Yeah.
It all calls back. And then he goes,
cuts
"Where else?"
2 later, right?
Yep. Not only is it cut 2 later, they gave him a haircut.
Right.
He's like doing some documentary film or something. He's like, "Yeah, he's like, I was living the dragon for so long. I forgot who I was. So I put on some like early 90s grunge clothing, cut my hair, pull it behind."
Grunge.
Yeah, he did. He's like, "Cut my hair, pull it behind my ears." I went to the same store fucking Kurt Cobain, bought his shirt from the fucking Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Some fucking tweed. No.
Fucking got that shit. I'm gonna
Got my acoustic guitar.
I'm gonna get acoustic. I'm gonna go stalk my ex-girlfriend Jennifer Aniston where she works at a diner. Gonna creepily stare at her from the street.
Is that where she worked?
Looks like it. She was like pouring coffee or some shit like that. He like looks at her from outside the glass, and it's like a diner or restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't decide to actually go say anything. He's like, "I'm just gonna stand here in the rain and."
But that's not where he
Watch.
played the show, was it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he's in the same city she's in.
Right.
So he like goes and
Is
then.
it still Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
He
grunge.
skedaddled.
That's where grunge is from.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. He went full. He went full fucking grunge as fuck.
Yeah.
Look wise.
Sure.
And then he met up with Timothy Olyphant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his character's name in this movie. It's kind of irrelevant, I guess.
That one dude.
That dude who couldn't nail the squeal. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I was, he's like, I forgive you.
Yeah.
I'm putting together a band. You want to play some fucking laid back grunge rock?"
Yeah.
Yes.
They get together, and they're playing a show.
In a coffee shop.
And it sounds like fucking Matchbox 20.
Yeah, they're in a coffee shop playing music. Or maybe it's a beer. Maybe it's like a bar. I don't know. Couldn't tell. Maybe it was a fucking coffee shop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude was headlining stadiums. He's like, let's do this coffee shop
Back
now.
at the bottom.
Yeah. But he's like, "I'm playing what I love now."
And what did they say? They were like, the band didn't really find another vocalist or something like that.
Or they did. Or they were like interviewing him. He was like, "I don't care if I ever see that twat again."
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Boston.
Jennifer Aniston and Mark Wahlberg get back together, of course.
Of course.
Of course they do. Happy ending. He found his true self. He learned his lessons. And then he gets the girl at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because movies. And
the credits roll.
Credits roll.
Yeah, good times.
Yep.
So what are you thinking?
I give it a 6.3. I can't even go 6.5.
Sure.
6.5. Sure.
I'm at like a 5.5, honestly.
I feel. Yeah.
I've seen it a million times over the years. It's a movie for my younger self, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't really have that same connection anymore. Maybe it's because all my dreams are crushed, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. It could be. My next movie is from our childhood.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're doing all the old.
I'm going way back.
The oldies and goodies.
Yeah, I'm going way back. I mean, this movie I don't think could ever be bad.
All right.
Maybe I haven't sat down and watched
I've seen it.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
Okay, sure. It's a Sandler. Stop looking at me, Schwan. Nailed it.
Billy
With
Madison.
the Billy Madison.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking next. Hey, Billy, did you get a little sun today? Yeah, I did. I fell asleep by the pool. Did you fall asleep or did you pass out?
Yeah, this movie, I think
Daddy.
it still holds up because
We'll
I
see,
watched
dude.
it not that long ago.
I haven't sat down and watched it in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised. But yeah, I'm
I
down
just
to
got
watch it
so
again.
burned into my brain.
I'm always down to watch it.
fucking
Norm MacDonald. R.I.P.
What are they
Norm.
playing? Looks like they're playing water polo. Marco Polo.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
Billy, sweet Billy boy. I knew you would go back. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure about what I wanted to pick, but I think I landed with this one. It's quite an opposite movie than yours, though. I think you know it. I think I've seen it at your house on your DVD case.
All right. Well, it's debatable if I've seen it.
It's a very racist movie. American History X.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
It's been a long time.
Been a long, lonely
Been
time.
a long time.
Yeah, you get Ed Norton, Ethan Suplee, whatever.
Yep, he's in it. So is Terminator 2, Edward Furlong.
That dude.
He's in it.
And
Yeah.
some others.
That's a heavy fucking movie.
Yeah, but a bunch of racists, white supremacists.
Yep. And he turns Edward Norton. Edward Norton. Edward Norton.
Yeah, when was the last time you seen this one? It's been a minute.
Time.
It's been a long time for me too.
He starts off as a real piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ends the movie as not, though.
Yeah,
He changes.
But there's
It also has the
still
girl-
consequences at the end.
Has the chick from The Waterboy in it.
Oh, the crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And The Craft. You seen that one?
No,
With all
but
the
I know what
witches?
it is.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Everybody's seen the fucking cover of that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. Maybe it is. I haven't seen it in a long time. Anyways, yeah, American History X, Billy Madison, they pair well together.
Yeah. Maybe.
Sometimes this happens, you know.
Yeah,
But
went way different.
we didn't even plan this one, though, the two musical movies.
No.
Which was...
One's a musical, one's a
I almost picked another one,
music
but I'll
movie.
save for the music.
You almost picked another musical.
Not a musical, but like music related.
You better think what you trying to do to me.
So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope
Thanks for hanging
I
out.
feel like Across the Universe was a little rough trying to get through that one, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Talking through about
Rockstar
Rockstar
tough
was
to,
fun.
well, they fucking sing a lot of Beatles songs,
Right.
and they fucking
Yeah.
they sing a lot of Beatles songs, and
that's right.
there's some dancing, and then there's a love story, and then there's some more Beatles songs in there.
Yeah. It's not like trying to explain Face Off, though, whenever you get the two characters mixed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot we did Face Off.
Yeah,
that was my pick.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, we couldn't even see it, coming. We couldn't foresee that happening.
I've forgotten about some of the movies we've picked so far.
Yeah.
We've been doing the movie shit for a while.
My bad.
We just fucking
Touch knees.
just touch knees. We're both just fucking.
I'm all slunk down in my chair. I have terrible posture.
It's probably why you have back problems, kid.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta stretch that back out.
Just pulled landscaping duty.
Well, now your back's gonna. Yeah, I said it backwards. My fingers hurt.
All right, we're out of here.
I did have my bad.
No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say,
What else you got?
Metallica's all popular from Stranger Things. Like, well, if Metallica's cool, if no one Metallica's cool, then consider me Miles Davis. I don't know. That made me laugh for a second. But now that I said it, probably shouldn't have stopped you from ending the episode for that.
Peeing
That's
your
on me.
pants is cool.
Oh, it can't be that bad. Did you fall in love with the wall or something?
Who would eat 30 bag of lunches?
We don't even have to watch. We could do Billy Madison right now.
Word for word.
Yeah, we could do Billy Madison right now. We don't even have to watch it.
Penguin. All right.
Miss Lippy's car.
Thank you
is
very much,
green.
Miss Lippy.
Billy, you forgot your stuff.
That's
You see,
assault, brother.
I ride with the buses to make sure they're hitting the signals right and turning the steering wheel.
I drew the duck blue because I never seen a blue duck.
I just wanted to see a blue duck.
And then the dodgeball scene. Now you're all in big trouble.
My hint was in my mind was gonna be number one,
Number one. Now the song has just begun.
What does he even say right there after that? Nobody knows. What the rum chum cha la.
He's just bebopping and scatting.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
For real this time. Peace. Peace and love.
And rock and metal
Be kind to each other.
and laugh and have a good time.
That's right.
Just enjoy it. You listen to us specifically when you go to take that 15 to 20 minute dump break at work.
That's right.